If you're watching this on a Samsung Galaxy A07, first of all, I see you because this is the exact phone I've been using for a very long time. And I've been asking myself one big question lately. Is the Tecno Spark 40 a good choice to upgrade to? Well, I have done all the research that matters, broke down all the necessary specs, and today I'll be giving you my honest answer to this question. So if you've ever looked at your phone and asked yourself, is there something outside there that is better than this at the same price range? Well, stick with me and find out. Alright, so before we get into detail, let me quickly introduce both phones. We have the Samsung Galaxy A07, which was released back in August 2025. It was a budget phone, it was reliable, a popular choice for most people. And if you know me, you know it's literally my daily drive. Then you have the Tecno Spark 40, released earlier that same year in July 2025, a budget phone too. Also, it was popular, especially here in Uganda, where Tecno is almost like household name. At nearly the same price range, both are really very different phones, and this is why this comparison is actually very interesting. So we are going to go through the design, display, performance, camera, battery, software, and then I will tell you exactly who should buy which phones and for what reason. So now let's start with the design, because that's the first thing you will do. You will probably hold your phone in your hands. So the Samsung Galaxy A07 is made out of plastic. It's a plastic build, which is fine for a budget phone. It is light, it is slim, and it is comfortable to hold in the hands, and it gets the job done. But let's be honest, it has this glossy back appearance which attracts a lot of fingerprints, and this doesn't really give you that premium feel even though it is a budget phone. Then we also have the Tecno Spark 40. It's also made of plastic, but Tecno did a few clever things. At an equally thin body, it has a matte black finish, or any other color you might get for that, and it is 188 grams, which means it is also equally as light as the A07, but it doesn't feel hollow though it is light. They both have good grip and they feel naturally good to hold in the hands. The Tecno Spark 40 has an IP rating of 64. That means it is fully protected from dust and can handle a few sprinkles of water and maybe splashes. The A07 has the same. It has an IP rating of 54. It is a bit a downgrade comparing to the 64 of the Spark 40, but I believe this goes down to Samsung's design choices. I spoke about this in my last video. You can check out my honest review on the Samsung Galaxy A07 if you want to know more about this flaw that I'm talking about. So for the IP rating, I can say that both phones can perform quite normal. So if you ever picked up your phone and you are moving around and it starts to rain, I don't think you have to panic because your phone is in your pocket, because both phones will handle this with minimum problems. So let's talk about the screen and display, because this is probably where you will spend 90% of most of your time. For the Samsung Galaxy A07, it has a 6.7-inch IPS LCD screen, which maxes out at about 90 Hz refresh rate. For basic use, calls, WhatsApp and browsing, it works just fine. But let's be honest, 90Hz means everything you scroll feels just normal or even standard, nothing exciting. The Tecno Spark 40 though, on the other hand, it has a 6.67-inch IPS LCD screen, of course. It has a refresh rate of 120 Hz, that is 30 Hz more than the A07. And I know what you're thinking, does that actually really matters? Well, yes it does. At 120 Hz, scrolling through your Instagram feeds, swiping between apps, even just unlocking your phone feels more smoother. It doesn't sound like a big deal until you use it every day, and that's when you will notice the real difference. Watching videos, scrolling media, or even giving casual use, the Spark 40 screen is noticeably better. It has a smoother display and it is better in most of the cases. The Samsung Galaxy A07 runs on the MediaTek Helio G99. It is a 6nm chipset designed for improved performance and efficiency over previous budget models. It offers solid daily performance with some low-end gaming capabilities, with some multitasking like split screen and many more. But with a 4GB RAM capacity with the basic model, the A07 kinda struggles to keep too many apps open at once. You'll probably notice some apps trying to reload when you turn back to them, and this is your RAM trying to tell you that it is full or you need more space to cater for those extra apps. Now the Tecno Spark 40 runs on the MediaTek Helio G81 or the G91 depending on the model and region. Both are 12nm chipset, with the G91 specifically designed for better graphics and smoother performance. Social media, streaming, light gaming, and editing photos, I believe the Spark 40 will handle those with minimum problem. For cameras, both phones have 50MP main cameras on the back. So on paper they look equal, but megapixels alone don't tell all the story. So the A07 camera is a 50MP camera, which is helped by a 5 auxiliary lens. This helps in taking portraits and separating the background from the object. So in outdoor lights it takes good pictures and solid with reasonable details. You get decent colors and some details, but push it to low lights and indoor evening nights and the quality drops a bit faster. The Tecno Spark 40 adds on an AI processor layer on top of the 50MP sensor, and the software optimization for the sensors exposes the colors and makes it balanced in an advanced way. If photography is what matters to you, especially in the evening, I believe the Tecno Spark 40 will have a better run on the way compared to the A07. And I know battery life can be one of the most important factors why some people might choose a phone over the other. Now, the Tecno Spark 40 has a 5200 mAh battery. The A07 has 5000. Both phones can get you through a day of normal use for the battery. So on paper, battery capacity is probably the same. They are basically equal. But here is where it gets interesting, because charging speed are quite different on both devices. If you were to imagine you have 20 minutes before you leave your house and you put your phone to charge when it is dead, on the Galaxy A07 with 25 watts of charging you get up to about 20 to 25% in that time. and to get it up to full charge you'll have to charge it for about 1 hour and 13 minutes. On the Tecno Spark 40 though, you get 45 watts of charging and you get up to about 40% in 20 minutes. And Tecno promises that this phone can charge to 100 in about 50 minutes. So now let's talk softwares and extra features, because I know that specs won't actually tell us the full scope of the difference and the comparisons of these two phones. The Galaxy A07 launched on Android 15 with One UI 7 on that, and Samsung promises us 6 years of major software updates and security updates, and this is particularly one of the most important things because my version is running Android 16 right now and it's on One UI 8 on top of it. The Tecno Spark 40 launches with Android 15 with iOS 15 on top with no future software upgrades. You still get the latest security patches in upcoming updates though. Now here is where it gets fun. If you can remember, I made mention that the Tecno Spark 40 comes with two chipset variants, the Helio G81 and the Helio G91. Now, the models that come with the Helio G91s have a great future because they come with NFC capability, that is near field communication. What this means for you is that you can use your phone as a medium of payment. If you know contactless payments, you can use NFC to open doors, you can use it to connect to other devices, and this is a good feature. And the Tecno Spark 40 has an array blaster which is located at the back next to the camera modules, and this one is important because you can use it to control any device that can use a remote, like a TV, an air conditioner, and this is a great tool to use, though it is not used by everyone, but it is a great feature to have on a phone. The Samsung Galaxy A07 has none of these. None of its variants come with NFC and it doesn't have RI capabilities. So now let's talk about the prices of these devices, then I'll give you my honest verdicts. The Samsung Galaxy A07, depending on where you're buying it, you can find it on a range of about 360,000 to 540,000 Ugandan shillings. Now this is mostly dependent on the storage specs, so if you're opting for more storage like RAM, you will expect to pay more. The Tecno Spark 40 launched at about 450,000 shillings to about 550 Ugandan shillings. For the basic model, this is the range, but it can even be higher for models with greater storage. It is more expensive, but here is what makes that appeal more. The Tecno Spark 40 wins almost every single categories, from display, camera, battery capacity, charging speed. It even has better speakers. Oh, and I had to mention this. The Tecno Spark 40 has a dual stereo speaker, one located at the bottom and the other on the top, of which the Samsung Galaxy A07 has none of that. So my verdict is this: if you're currently using the Samsung Galaxy A07 and it is working fine for you, use it. No need to upgrade or no need to rush. But the moment you're ready to upgrade, or if you're buying a phone right now, I think it is worth considering the Spark 40 because it is a good choice. It charges more for cost, but it is good because it has better features. It has a higher IP rating and it has NFC depending on the model you're getting. So I would say you're getting more phone here. And one more reason why you would choose the Samsung Galaxy A07 over the Tecno Spark Forte is when you like the UI of the Samsung One UI, you like their features, the software updates that comes with it, and you like the advanced customization that Samsung gives to its users. But all in all, I would still say the Tecno Spark Forte is a good choice and it is worth considering. Well, that's my comparison, the Samsung Galaxy A07 versus the Tecno Spark Forte, and I hope this video helps makes your decision a bit more easier. Now I would like to hear from you. Are you rocking the Samsung Galaxy A07 like me, or you're using the Tecno Spark Forte? Well, you can drop your phone in the comments. And I hope this video was helpful to you. If you're new here, this is Chris Tech. My name is Otin John Chris, and I'll catch you in the next one.